Lesson 1. A. The pioneer of Bangladeshi modern art Zainul Abidin is widely acclaimed for his Bengal famine sketches. Through the series of sketches, Zainul not only documented the harsh famine of 1943 but also showed its sinister face through the skeletal figures of the people destined to die of starvation in a man-made plight. He depicted these extremely shocking pictures with human compassion. He made his own ink by burning charcoal and used cheap ordinary packing paper for sketching. Using the ink and applying the brush where necessary, he produced the drawings and sketches which later became iconic images of human suffering. Zainul developed a knack for drawing and painting when he was a high school student. After completing high school, he took admission in the Government School of Art, Calcutta, now Kolkata. He graduated with the first position in first class in 1938. He was appointed a teacher of the art school while he was still a student there. He also attended the Slade School of Arts, London during 1951-52. Zainul Abidin is considered the founding father of Bangladeshi art. He was an artist of outstanding talent and earned international reputation. For his artistic and visionary qualities, he is referred to as Shilpacharya, meaning great teacher of art, in Bangladesh. He was the first principal of the first art school in Dhaka in East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. He organized the Nabanna Harvest exhibition in 1969. The exhibition included a 65 feet long scroll portraying the rural East Pakistan in phases from abundance to poverty. This intensified the already heightened non-cooperation movement against the Pakistan regime. The exhibition was symbolic of the Bengali artists' protest and a milestone in our struggle for cultural and political freedom. Zainul's dynamic style of work is evident in a 30 feet long scroll painting called Manpur, which was done to commemorate the death of hundreds and thousands of people in the devastating cyclone of 1970. He designed the pages of the Constitution of the Bangladesh. He founded the Folk Art Museum at Sonagaon, and also Zainul Abidin Shangrahasala, a gallery of his own works in Mymensingh in 1975. The river Brahmaputra played a vital role in his paintings and was a source of inspiration all through his career. Much of his childhood was spent near the scenic river Brahmaputra. A series of watercolors that Zainul did as his tribute to the river earned him the Governor's Gold Medal in an All India exhibition in 1938. This was the first time that he came into spotlight, and this award gave him the confidence to create his own visual style. Zainul Abidin was born in Kishoreganj on the 29th of December 1914 and died in Dhaka on the 28th of May 1976. Lesson 2. B. Before the beginning of human language, communication took place between humans through signs and gestures. As humans began to use their vocal cords, these silent gestures were no longer used as the primary means of communication. But these did not completely disappear. They evolved as a form of art which came to be known as mime. In a Bangladeshi village, a little boy came to know about mime as he watched a performance in his village. He was so fascinated by the show that he was determined to master this art. The name of that little boy was Patha Pratim Majumdar. Majumdar is undoubtedly a foreigner in the field of mime in Bangladesh. He started as a musician, and his keen sense of rhythm helped him to let his limbs move and express his thoughts through gestures. Patha Pratim Majumdar is the first Bangladeshi to take up mime as a profession. He performed in a number of television shows in Bangladesh and gained popularity. In his mimes, Majumdar depicted the day-to-day life of the people, their sadness, theirs as well as their happiness and laughter. Majumdar's turning point came in 1979, when he was asked to give a solo performance at Bangladesh Shilpakala Academy. The French ambassador to Bangladesh at the time, Mr. Loic Moreau, happened to be among the audience. Mr. Moreau noticed the talent in Majumdar. In 1981, the French government offered him a scholarship so that he could get professional training in mime. This was the first time that a student was granted a French scholarship in mime. Majumdar started his training under the legendary maestro, Etienne Decroux. Through Decroux, he met another celebrated mime artist named Marcel Marceau. Marceau has transformed modern mime by taking it to an unimaginable height. Marceau was very impressed by the young Bangladeshi talent and offered him a place in his school for mime, named École Internationale de Mimodrome de Paris Marcel Marceau. This mime school is the biggest and the best in the world. During his 3-year training period, Majumdar practiced 16 to 18 hours daily till each and every bone in his body would feel like breaking. After his time with Marceau, there was no looking back for Majumdar. He staged solo performances in England, Belgium, Germany, Spain, Italy and the USA. French, Canadian and American TV channels enthusiastically aired his shows. In 2009, a French play featuring Majumdar won the Molière Award, which is the highest distinction in the French theatre. As a pioneer of the art of mime in Bangladesh and for popularizing the artistic genre, Bangladesh government honored the artiste with the Ekushe Padok in 2010. The government of France has also honored him for his contribution to the art of mime throughout the world with one of the highest cultural awards of France titled Chevalier de l'Ordre des Arts et des Lettres, Knight in the Order of Arts and Letters in the year 2011. Lesson 3. A. Patha Pratim Majumdar was born in 1954 in Pabna to a family of artistes. He spent most of his early years in his big ancestral home, situated in a small locality known as Kalachandpara. At that time Kalachandpara was well known for its cultural activities. There were festivals and various types of cultural shows round the year. Majumdar's father, a photographer by profession, was an art lover. He taught and inspired his son to appreciate different forms of art. Majumdar went to live with his aunt in Chandanagar, 30 kilometers away from Kolkata in 1966. It was there that he first came across a mime artiste named Jogesh Datta. The way Datta narrated stories without uttering a single word left Majumdar spellbound. He took lessons on mime from Datta in his Mime Academy in Kolkata from 1966 to 1972. Lesson 4. A. It was late summer, the 26th of August 1910. A little girl was born to a rich Catholic merchant's family of Albanian descent in a small town called Skopje, Macedonia. She was the youngest of the 3 siblings and was named Agnes Gonksa Bojaku. Who could imagine at the time that this little girl would one day become the mother of humanity, loving and serving the poorest of the poor? Yes, we are talking about none other than Mother Teresa. At the age of 12, she heard a voice from within that urged her to spread the love of Christ. She decided that she would be a missionary. At the age of 18, she left her parental home. She then joined an Irish community of nuns called the Sisters of Loreto, which had missions in India. After a few months of training at the Institute of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Dublin, Mother Teresa came to India. On May 24, 1931, she took her initial vows as a nun. From 1931 to 1948, Mother Teresa taught geography and theology at St. Mary's High School in Kolkata, then Calcutta. However, the widespread poverty in Kolkata had a deep impact on Mother Teresa, and in 1948 she received permission from her superiors to leave the convent and devote herself to caring for the poorest of the poor in the slums of Kolkata. Lesson 6. B. Mother Teresa was moved by the sight of the sick and dying on the streets of Kolkata. She founded a home for the dying destitute and named it Nirmal Hriday, mean MG, Pure Heart. She and her fellow nuns brought the dying people off the streets of Kolkata to this home. They were lovingly looked after and cared for. Since then, many men, women, and children have been taken from the streets and carried to Nirmal Hriday. These unloved and uncared for people get an opportunity to die in an environment of kindness and love. In their last hours, they get human and divine love, and can feel they are also children of God. The missionaries of charity try to find jobs for those who survive, or send them to homes where they can live happily for some more years in a caring environment. Regarding commitment to family, Mother Teresa said, maybe in our own family, we have somebody who is feeling lonely, who is feeling sick, who is feeling worried. Are we there? Are we willing to give until it hurts in order to be with our families, or do we put our interest first? We must remember that love begins at home, and we must also remember that future of humanity passes through the family. Mother Teresa's work has been recognized throughout the world and she received a number of awards. These include the Pope John XXIII Peace Prize 1971, the Nehru Prize for Promotion of International Peace and Understanding, 1972, the Balzan Prize 1978, the Nobel Peace Prize 1979, and the Bharat Ratna 1980. Mother Teresa died at the age of 87, on the 5th of September 1997. The world salutes her for her love and compassion for humanity. She has taught us how to extend our hand towards those who need our love and support irrespective of creed, caste and religion. The picture of Mother Teresa, draped in a white and blue bordered sari, with a wrinkled face, ever soft eyes and a saintly smile, lives on in our mind. Thank you.